China unleashes scary, futuristic weapon against the Philippines. Does this weapon make China unbeatable? Does the U.S. have the technological weaponry to beat China in a world war? What will now happen with the South China Sea land dispute? Let's examine. Okay, this is happening now. You guys got to take a look at this. This is actual footage, South China Sea footage between China and the Philippines cruise vessels. This is breaking that's just been coming out now. It's interesting. You guys got to take a look at this. In the South China Sea, China versus the Philippines. Check this out. The Philippines has accused China of using a laser weapon attack in the South China Sea. The Philippines has accused China of using a laser weapon as an attack in the South China Sea.
See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines, and pestilences, and earthquakes in divers places. All these are the beginning of sorrows.
This is a map of the South China Sea. Here is the nature of the dispute. The dispute is about the sovereign and control of the South China Sea. All of this area, as you see here, a vast area of water that is rich in natural resources and strategic importance. So as you know, there's been a lot of conflict in this area, especially with China in Taiwan chatter that's been going back and forth, as well as the United States being involved there. So this is also a very important military war type of route, which you must be keep in mind. Okay, so the South China Sea is bordered by China, Vietnam, the Philippines, Taiwan, Malaysia, and Brunei. I guess that's how you say that. And each of them claims some or all of the island and the reefs in the sea. And the natural resources are of utmost importance, especially with what we have going on in Niger, there with the uranium, as well as the rest of Africa. China has the most expansive claim based on its historical presence and a map that shows a 9-dash line that covers almost the entire sea. As you see here, let me move here to the next map. Okay, get a different look here, different vantage point. Area claimed by China, 200 nautical mile exclusive economic zone as per United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea. Disputed lands is the red dots. Okay. The other countries dispute China's claims and argue that it violates international law and infringes on their rights. The United States, which is not a claimant but has a strong interest in maintaining freedom of navigation and stability in the region, has challenged China's actions and supported its allies and partners in the dispute. What a surprise there. As we know, the United States has military bases all over the world. They're up in everybody's business. They need to mind their own business. Okay. Now let me give you a little background here on laser weapons, so you guys get an idea of the laser weapons, their viability, and how they're being used.
But laser weapons are just make-believe, right? Well, maybe not. Energy weapons are real, and they're a lot more powerful than the novelty laser pointers that you're probably familiar with. Though they might not look like you imagine them.
These weapons are real, they are in use, they are being used for the military, they're being used for military defense as well as offense. This is going to speak a little bit about the United States. Surprise, surprise, use here. Fair use.
Take the US Navy's LAWS laser system, for instance. This experimental 30 kilowatt solid-state laser was installed on the USS Ponce in 2014. It's a real, fully operational, directed energy weapon. And while it doesn't shoot out brightly colored blasts of energy like you might have seen in movies or TV shows, this invisible laser weapon still packs quite a punch.
Wow!
In tests, the Navy has used it to detonate explosives from a distance, burn out the engines of approaching boats, and have even used it to shoot down small, unmanned aerial aircraft.
Unbelievable. So there you see what they're able to do with these weapons. These are next gen type weapons, even though they've been around for a long time. And these are being put in action. And again, this has been put into use by China against the Philippines. Will this cause World War III? Let's continue further here.
It's not even hard to use. When the Navy first showed this laser off, Rear Admiral Matthew Clunder told reporters that anyone who could play Xbox or PS4 games could use the USS Ponce's new energy weapon with ease.
Unbelievable. So we've got all these gamers nowadays. Everybody's got an Xbox, a Series X, whatever, PS5, all this stuff. So if you can play a video game, you can use these weapons and operate these weapons with efficiency. Amazing. It's so easy a caveman can do it. Let's continue.
And not only is it an effective, undetectable weapon, but because there's no explosives, propellant, or gunpowder, it's safer to operate than traditional weapons. It's more affordable, too. Destroying or disabling a target with a traditional missile can cost thousands of dollars, but Laws can be fired for just 59 cents per shot. And
unbelievable. So what you get here, these are safer. They don't use actual munitions. They're cheaper, and you've seen the ease of use here. So these are weapons made in hell. You know, they're a dream weapon made in hell by your friendly fallen angels, or with the help of your friendly fallen angels. Okay.
The USS Ponce's energy weapon is just the beginning. Lockheed Martin has been working to help the Navy develop its next directed energy weapon system, the high-energy laser with integrated optical dazzler and surveillance, or Helios for short. It's a 60-kilowatt laser, twice as powerful as the Laws weapon. That's not a huge leap forward in laser technology, but it's enough for...
So their next generation weapons that they're working on are going to be twice as powerful, probably more efficient, because that's what they do. They prepare for war, they war. Okay? So that's what they do.
Enough for Lockheed Martin to start envisioning what a true next-generation laser system might look like. From systems that integrate Helios lasers with existing radar and targeting systems to eliminate threats at sea, to developing tactical airborne laser pods that can be mounted on military jets. Although those lasers won't be designed for aerial combat, but rather to help pilots defeat surface-to-air and air-to-air missiles before they reach their targets. And truth be told, that kind of defense capability is what most directed energy weapon systems are focused on today. Not attacking targets with space-age lasers, but using them to defend against drones, UAVs, and potential attacks. And that's an idea that's been a long time coming. So yes, laser weapons are real. Scale. So yes, laser weapons are real. So yes, laser weapons are real.
Moving on to the story. The Philippines has accused China of shining a military-grade laser light to scuttle a resupply mission to a disputed shoal in the South China Sea. The laser glare temporarily blinded the crew of the Filipino Coast Guard boat, forcing it to retreat. The vessel was headed to a Maroon Navy vessel that Manila has used for years to claim the Second Thomas Shoal. China has in the past used water cannon and sirens to enforce its claim to much of the South China Sea. The incident on February 6th was only reported publicly on Monday. That's what they do. They give you the information down the line, months down the line, so that the impact isn't there and people don't pay it any mind. It's a tactic. It was a clear violation of Philippine sovereign rights. Again, could this produce World War III in waters that Manila refers to as the West Philippine Sea? The Philippine Coast Guard said in a statement. Aside from flashing laser light twice, the Chinese ship also made dangerous maneuvers about 150 yards from the Filipino ship's starboard sides, authorities said. Spokesperson for President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. declined to comment. Okay, 2016, the Permanent Arbitration ruled that Beijing's sweeping claims in the South China Sea have no historical basis. So that's kind of where the crux of this is coming from, and China's trying to exercise their dominance, because in 2016, the UN's Permanent Court of Arbitration ruled that Beijing's sweeping claims in the South China Sea have no historical basis. Tensions over the shoal known as Ayungin in the Philippines was one of the catalysts for the case, which was brought by the Philippines. However, the tribunal has no power to enforce its ruling, and China has continued to build giant structures over reefs in the water, which are also disputed in part by Vietnam, Malaysia, Brunei, and Taiwan. I think I may have to do a video on that as well, so you guys can see the structures and the things that they build out there for defense and offense within the sea. And the South China Sea is a very strategic area in terms of war, as well as defense and routes and trade routes. Former Philippine President Rodrigo Duterte also refused to flaunt the arbitration ruling and instead sought to repair the political and economic ties between Manila and Beijing as he pivoted the country away from its long-standing ally, the U.S. That's been happening. A lot of pivoting away from Edom. Mr. Marcos, however, reversed the pivot. Earlier this month, his government agreed to grant the U.S. access to 4 additional military bases. In June last year, China's Navy vessel flashed blue lights and blinkers at a Philippine Coast Guard tugboat, the Philippine Daily Inquirer reported. Were those laser weapons? Or is that something that's being covered up? A great chance that it is, because they always never give you the full story. That incident came 6 months after Australia accused China of shining a military-grade laser toward one of its warplanes off northern Australia. So we've seen this before, not just there in the South China Sea, but also against Australia in other areas. This is the video here. Look at that. Wait a minute, let me back this up. Okay, here we go. Full video being shown here. Could this cause World War III? Look at the green there. See the green light there? Coming from that ship. The ship in the background, that's the Chinese ship. The foreground doing the recording is the Filipino ship. Let's take a look here. Okay. They're concerned probably by the closeness of that ship, that Chinese ship. Oh, there we go. There it is. That's the green laser. That's it. That's the laser weapon that blinded the crew. Look at that. There it is. That's it again, you guys. That's it. That's what did it. That could set it off. Look at this. Amazing footage here. One more time. Green laser being shot at a Philippine boat. Green laser by the Chinese shooting at a Philippine boat. Unbelievable.
Ye shall hear of wars, and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass. But the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom.
This is Crown Prince Media. I am the Crown Prince. Please like, comment, and subscribe. All praises to the Most High Yah. Let's go.